Berikut kita akan dengarkan live interview dari Prive International. Bersama Dr. James Ong dan Suzi Heller Jackson dari North Carolina, USA. Tentang pengalaman dan manfaat menggunakan iteracar. Suzi sangat antusias dengan kesehatan dan melakukan segala hal yang membuat dia bisa tetap sehat dan bersemangat. Diam-diam Suzi menderita psoriasis di pinggul, lengan, dan beberapa di kakinya. Dia telah menggunakan iteracar itu secara teratur. Dia menggunakan Itera Pro. Dia mengikuti instruksinya. Lalu dia menaruh sedikit minyak kelapa di kedua lengannya serta mulai memblow masing-masing 2 menit. Yang mengejutkannya keesokan harinya, hampir tidak ada indikasi masalah kulit. Bahkan suaminya pun terpesona. Penyembuhan sangat intuitif, jadi gunakan pikiran Anda untuk mengarahkan kemana Anda mengarahkan iteracar Anda sesuai protokol dan kemudian yakin bahwa Anda akan menerima perbaikan kesehatan. Baru-baru ini Suzi sempat mengalami cedera lengan bawah saat bermain tenis. Dia melakukan perawatan 10 menit dan hasilnya jauh lebih baik dan perawatan 10 menit lagi keesokan harinya dan hampir 100% membaik. Wawancara eksklusif ini bisa Anda ikuti pada video live interview berikut. Untuk mendapatkan informasi lebih jauh kunjungi www.iteracareindonesia.com atau hubungi kami di 08953899266674.
Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers from around the world within the Prive community. My name is Dr. James Ong, and I'm your friendly host. Well, friendly host in the sense that, well, I get to meet all these lovely people from around the world, and I will tell you and share with you their amazing story. Something that some of you may have a similar situation. Well, perhaps this is the remedy for you. And we have two wonderful ladies from different parts of the world, different continents. We have first our guest from the United States. Can we welcome Suzi Heller Jackson from North Carolina, right?
Well, thank you, Dr. Ong. It's so nice to be with you this morning.
Good morning to you, and welcome to our live stream. Well, let's get on with it because with you, we have so much to cover. You're such an energetic person, and it's really nice to be connected with you. First of all, what got me to invite you to the live stream was because what I saw on Facebook group about your psoriasis that you have updated the community. Perhaps you would like to tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll move on to other stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I have suffered with psoriasis for a long time, and it's very embarrassing. And I just remember being in the testimonial group and seeing so many other great success stories about it. So I decided to try it myself. And so I just blew on the affected area. Sometimes I would put coconut oil on it because I understood that that would drive the frequencies deeper into my skin. And I was very, very pleased with my results and just so happy that there was something that I could do that was very non-invasive. So I'm very excited about the technology.
And it kind of happened very fast, wasn't it? Like 24 hours?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. The first time there was some improvement. Yes, absolutely.
And aside from this psoriasis, I don't know whichever one comes first or comes next. Was it your tennis injury to your hand? Tell us about it.
Yes. Well, the tennis injury is what changed everything. All right. So I'm a tennis player. First of all, a friend of mine had introduced this technology to me. And although I've been a proponent and a student of frequency and understanding that it is the missing link in healing, I thought I had great energy and I slept well, and I really didn't think I needed this technology, but I wanted to have it anyway. So I did not use it on a regular basis in the beginning. And then one day when I was playing tennis, I had a very dramatic injury to this small little area on the forearm that was so painful. And I was like, I'm done. I cannot play. What am I going to do? So I tried energy patches. I tried ice, and nothing budged. And so I went to my closet and I pulled out my little classic wand, and I just intuitively said, hey, I'm just going to blow on this for like 10 minutes. Now, when I did the ice and the energy patches, nothing happened. And I mean nothing. So I blew on it with the Terracare Classic for 10 minutes, and it was 85% better.
Wow.
And I tell you, I was so blown away. I want to tell you that I told my my personal trainer about this, and she said, Suzi, it's just going to take time and rest. And I was like, I don't have time and rest.
Amazing.
I have the classic.
That's really amazing.
So that was amazing.
And well, you mentioned classic, but then I know when something happened to your tooth and you was using a pro. So tell us about that experience.
Oh my goodness. So yes, I started off with the classic, and I was so impressed with the classic that I became such a strong believer. And I said, I've got to have that pro. And that pro is like, oh, it's like one of my favorite things in the world, because it's more powerful, it takes less time, and the cool setting is just heavenly, is what I say, you know? So I'll tell you about my tooth, which is an incredible story. I just believe that this should be, you know, your first aid kit in your home. So I had some pain in my cuspid, my front cuspid, and it was very painful to the touch and even bothered me when I was sleeping. So intuitively, I got a little cotton ball and I put some colloidal silver on it, and I just rested it on the inside of my mouth. And then I blew on it with the pro for 2 minutes. Now, it did get better, but I thought, well, I should get this checked out. So I went to my dentist, and she saw some inflammation up there, and she was very concerned. You'd think somebody had died, you know? And I was like, please don't worry. This is what I'm doing. So anyway, she said that I needed to have a further check, and she recommended that I, you know, have an oral surgeon check me out. Luckily, I have a business partner, Dr. Joe Goff, in Pennsylvania, who I was going to see for an event. So I knew that he would be able to do this extensive scan. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, in the meantime, I continued to use the colloidal silver, and I blew on my mouth with the pro for 2 minutes to drive that deep into the bones. And I went from painful to tenderness to nada. And when he did his high intensity scan, guess what he saw? Nada. And wow. I mean, I was so excited.
And there was even a suggestion that perhaps they have to extract that tooth, right?
Yes, that's what the initial conversation was about. And I was like, oh no, I don't want that, you know?
Wow.
So
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, you just save your tooth.
And a lot of money.
Now, yeah, we were just having fun earlier, and we were just talking, and you told me you're kind of like an accidental networker, because it wasn't your plan to do the business, right? But because the product worked so well and you started sharing with your family, friends, and loved ones, perhaps you would like to share a couple of cases or something that, you know, has to be mentioned here about your friends who introduced by you this iteraCare.
Yes, absolutely. Well, my story is a story for everybody, because we really need to share this with everyone, even those who say they're not going to do this as a business. Because I told my friend who sponsored me into this, I said, I'm going to try the product, but I am not going to do this as a business. Well, after I had the experience with my arm, things started to change, but I didn't want to tell her. I ended up inviting a couple of friends over on separate times who were really having some very difficulties, and they had amazing results. They left my house better than when they came, and they both purchased a unit right away.
Wow.
So I still told my business partner that I was not going to do this as a business, because I was nice and happily retired. But 50 people later and one-star manager, I finally had to admit I am doing it as a business.
Wow, 50 people bought from you, and you are now accidentally a one-star manager.
Yes.
That's really great. And I guess there's no stopping you, because you know this is going to help a lot of people out there. And thank you so much for coming forward to share all these wonderful things. And I believe you'll be attending the Vegas, event. And
Absolutely. We've got a whole group of people that are coming, and we cannot wait to learn more about how we can serve others with this technology.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Suzi, and all the very best to you and your family, and have a blast in Vegas. Thank you.
Thank you so much.